a simple grade 3. I could do grade 4 and have him do it himself. Okay. The brachialis, if you feel for the biceps tendon right here, and you drop just lateral to it, that's the brachialis. Okay. It's real tender and real tight. Okay. That's one. I didn't put it up here. I'm sorry, but the brachioradialis would be another. Okay. Working flexion extension. Okay. The triceps, you can do it in this position here. I know it's a little difficult to get all the way under here, so I usually put him in this position and have him do extension to flexion, and I'll work it down. Okay. As he drops down. Okay.
Drop down.
Good, because you're lengthening, going from a short to long position. Okay. The common flexor tendon. So, one thing I try to remember is even though the epicondyle itself is only less than the size of a dime, I try to think of it as big a structure as possible and make a lot of passes over top of it. Okay. Rather than just going over it once or twice. Okay. You got to think in the epicondylitis, that's the structure that's got inflammation on it. So if I can make multiple passes and try to think of that one little spot that's this big, think of it as this big, and try to think as many light passes over it as I can. Okay, slowly, in control. I can try to disperse some of that inflammation around the tendon. Okay, and this is one of those structures where I'm going to work towards the insertion. Okay, I don't want to pull it away. Okay, so I might work the whole flexor group all the way up. Don't forget about right along the ulna. Okay, most people when they work the flexor group, they stay in the middle here. Okay, and they forget this whole chunk that's on the ulnar ridge. Okay, that's going to be a really effective structure. Same thing on the extensor side. Most people stay here, and they go to town here, and they forget this right here. Okay, that's an important structure. Same thing with the lateral epicondyle. Okay, I'll follow it all the way up, and I'll make multiple passes right over the epicondyle. I'm not pressing till kingdom come. Okay, I don't want to inflame them. It's mild to moderate pressure. Okay. I would watch your pressure when you work with especially chronic cases. You'll feel a lot of adhesions in the extensors or in the flexors. And if you go real heavy pressure, you're going to flare them up. And they're going to be painful for multiple days afterwards. So you can get a lot of results using mild to moderate pressure on that. You don't have to go contact pressure, but mild to moderate, you should have a lot of success. Okay, pronator teres, real simple. I'm going to go from a shortened position, pronated position, to a supinated position. So I'm going to come out into there. Pronator teres goes all the way up towards the lateral epicondyle area, right? Inserts onto the supracondylar ridge. Yep. You mean pronator teres syndrome? What? You said pronator teres causing carpal tunnel, but you're talking about pronator teres syndrome? Yeah. Yep. Well, if it's causing radicular or peripheral nerve syndrome, yeah. Sure.
And then
Sure.
bacteria side.
Sure. I really have no idea. Yeah, it might be instantaneous relief, it might not be. It kind of just depends on the patient. But that's a good thought process. Is if they start to feel it, they go into essentially reciprocal inhibition, right? If they supinate, it's going to turn off the pronator teres. That could provide some relief. It could, I don't know. Okay. Any other questions so far?
That's a lot of highlights.
Okay, and then you have the supinator on the back. Same thing. You're going to start from a supinated position into an elongated position. Okay? And then as far as the wrist and the hand, just really a lot of this kind of flows all together. It's really not that complicated. But when it comes to the wrist and the hand, I'd encourage you don't just stay up in the forearm area. Okay? Follow them all the way down. Okay? All the way down into the wrist. Bring them into radial deviation. Bring them into ulnar deviation. Okay? Follow those tendons all the way down into the wrist. Okay? If they have some carpal instability or some